All right, I think we are live. Yes, looks like it. I can see some comments coming here. Thanks, guys, for joining me. This is the Share Inspire Create Live number 83, I think it is. And I've just got to get everything going here. So, don't have my normal camera on. I couldn't find things in the last minute. So, I'll just go, hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? I'll just wait and see if you guys can hear me okay, and I'll check with my phone to see if we are live. Live event will begin shortly. I'll just refresh that. Yes, looks like we are live. Hey Sig, I can see you there from South Central Ontario. Great. Um, North of Toronto. Thanks for joining us. Hey Amber. Hey David. Hey Danielle. Yep, Amber can hear me. Good. Okay, so I don't have my normal mic today because I wanted to show you guys something um, that I did that a lot of you have been asking questions about, and that's how I created this image, this self-portrait image. So let's run through what I'm going to cover today. Let's see. Okay, come on, change. There we go. Okay, whoops. Okay, we'll go back a couple steps here. All right, so today on the Share Inspire Create Live show, I'm going to share what I've been up to over the last month. We took a trip and had a great time, and I'm going to share a few images and things I learned on this trip. I'm also going to inspire you with some new images that I've created, dingo shots and sunset images right from here from my balcony. And then in the create section, I'm going to show you how I created this image of me, a self-portrait, for the low-key challenge that we got right now in BootCamp. And hopefully I can show that with what I've got on this table. I've got so many things here. But anyway, we'll give it a go. Okay, just going to check quickly to make sure I'm coming through okay on my phone. Yes, looks like we are. Great. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so a few people. Paul, hello from Memphis, Tennessee. Great. Yeah, guys, put in the comments where you're from, and if you got any questions for me today, now's a good time to ask. I'm going to answer all the questions right at the end. Hey, Brent, Kerry from BootCamp. Yeah, Kerry. How are you guys? So yes, tell me where you're from. Okay, I'm just going to type that into the chat pad. And then you guys can do that. Okay, so let's get started with this show. Okay, the first section is the share section. So this is where I share things that have been happening to me recently, things I've learned, that type of thing. Anything that's personal that's been going on, I share it. I try to. So you can ask me any questions. Hey, John, it's from Fresno, California. Great. Amber from Omaha, Nebraska. Hey, Amber. It's probably warm right where you guys are right now, so that's great. So the share section, let's get into it. All right, so what have I been up to? Well, Stacy, my wife, and I, we took a little trip because Australia's opened up again. We don't have too many coronavirus cases, so they've allowed us to travel. So we took a trip up the coast. We did a hiking trip, carrying everything on our backs, 2 days, and it was great. It was a good adventure, but geez, I realized how unfit I am carrying stuff on my back. My back's still not great after that trip. So I don't know if you can see in this image here. I'll just move my face. Look at my feet. They were worn out after that hiking for 2 days on beaches and over rocks with boots that I haven't worn since Africa last year. And it was great. We got to see some amazing spots along this route. It's surrounded by national park, and it's actually a 60-kilometer hike. We only did 1/3 of it, maybe 20 k's, and just to test it out because we're in a tent, and I don't sleep great in tents. I don't know if you guys do, especially when your back's broken from carrying a heavy backpack with everything in it for 2 days. But I got to see some new places, and I've just realized that an adventure is key to us humans feeling alive. We need to get out. We need to experience new things. To I don't know, to be creative, to feel alive, just to get out of our own heads for a little bit. And that was a really good trip. All I had was my phone, so these are all phone photos Stacey and I took. This is the morning when we camped down at this place called Pebbly Beach. I see there's a raven in the tree there, and there's this mist over the water because it's winter here, so it's really good. Hey Kim, from Sydney, Australia. Hey, thanks for joining us. Great. So there we go, guys. Oh, and I also got to visit the Promised Land again. I've told the story about the Promised Land where I stood on the stonefish and I ended up in hospital. Well, I went and swam in that same area again. This time I was very careful about where I put my feet when I get into the water. And we noticed all these little rock statues that people have put up around here. And I was also worried about we were concerned about the leeches. I showed Stacey where I've been, and it was a great adventure, raining a lot right at the end. And yeah, Port Stephens Live. So I've got the setup here with me. I'll actually switch over. Well, I'll do that in a minute. But so what's happened with Port Stephens Live? We're supposed to launch on the 1st of June, a couple of weeks ago. We delayed that because we're having technical issues, and especially with the streaming a live feed from a boat 5 to 10 kilometers out to sea, we couldn't overcome that issue, and it's going to take a lot of more investment to get over that. So it's a good time for Frank and I to have a talk, and we had a chat this week, a couple of days ago, about where we're going to go with Port Stephens Live. We looked at all the problems we're having and what we need to actually get it going properly. And sometimes the lesson I learned here is sometimes in business and in life, you got to stop, you got to reflect, you got to see where you are. Are you still going in the same direction you wanted to go? Is there a possibility of being successful? Do we need to change? What do we need to get to where we want to go? Are we still enjoying the journey? Because you sometimes get into these businesses or these projects and you go so hard and so put everything into it, and then forget to stop and just look around and say, oh, okay, are we where we wanted to go? And I did this with my business, Capture Imaging Photography, when I started that, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, 14 years ago. I tried everything. I tried landscape photography to sell images, try to make money. We did real estate photography. I did portraits. I did weddings, everything, models, fine art photography, commercial photography, to see what would work. And then I got so overworked that I ended up in hospital in bed for 3 weeks with bronchitis. And it was a time for me to actually reflect and look at the numbers and analyze things and decide, oh, you know what? The real estate photography that I've been doing and I've been putting all my energy into actually isn't profitable when you look at how much time and effort we spend. And, oh, the portraits aren't so bad and the weddings aren't so bad. Maybe I should focus on those instead. And that's what you do. So that's what I'm doing right now with Port Stephens Live. We are arranging how we do it. I think we're going to do a once a week live session with Frank in the marina where we've got good internet and good audio and good light, and no matter what the weather is, we can do it indoors. And then we're going to pre-record a few things and then show them on the live session. So I think that's the format we're going to go to. But it's a good time to reflect on where you are in life. So I think you guys should do that too. And we'll jump to the next slide here. And then my postie adventure. So that's been put on hold for a little bit while I was doing the Port Stephens Live thing, because I put all my energy into that and I didn't have enough focus and attention to keep doing the postie thing. So, and we couldn't travel. So I'm going to get back into that this weekend. I'm going to cut a few more episodes, finish the Imagine one, and then start filming a few others. So thanks, guys. Those of you who have sponsored my postie adventures, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Everyone still hear me okay? Type in the comments that it's okay. Joyce, hey Joyce from Sarasota, I think it's Florida. Thanks for joining us. And there we go. So everyone still hear me? I'll check the comments in a little bit. Something that I've been reading that I wanted to share with you guys is this excellent book by Dr. Joe Dispenza called You Are the Placebo. We've been listening to it actually, an audiobook. It's amazing. And we've met someone on this trip that has been following his advice, and she's overcome all sorts of medical issues in her life, and she put us onto this book. Stacey and I have listened to it. I'm listening to it for the second time now. I'm doing his meditations every morning. I wake up at 5 yesterday and 6 this morning. The first thing I do now is a meditation to just to focus my mind on what I really want. So it's a great book, and I highly recommend you guys grab it and do his meditations. So there we go. All right, so the Inspire section. So just so you know, the Share, Inspire, Create show, my website is called shareinspirecreate.com. These are this is what I love to do. I love to share stories, share my knowledge of photography, inspire you with some great images, hopefully so that you can get out there and create. And then in the Create section, I'm going to show you how I created something, and that's the low-key image that I photographed, my self-portrait, my selfie, low-key. Hey, Bruce is from Punta Gorda, Florida. Punta Gorda, Florida. I hope I've pronounced that. You can hear me fine. Thank you, Joyce. I love this feedback, guys. I keep commenting in the comments because often it's a little tough for me just to speak to a computer screen, not knowing if anyone's hearing me. I'm better at conversation, you know, like getting some feedback and all that. So, okay, in the Inspire section, I'm going to inspire you with an image of a dingo that I photographed 2 days ago when I was camping, and this image of a sunset. We get these amazing sunsets here in from my balcony here, looking over the water. So maybe I'll switch over to no. Let me see if I can get Lightroom happening. Yeah, no. Let's see. Okay, let's go to this image and no. I'm going to go to Lightroom. Okay, so let's see if I can pull up Lightroom. Hopefully it fires up. Not sure if it will. I just upgraded my Lightroom yesterday to the latest version. So let's hope it actually works and it doesn't stop this live feed. My computer doesn't crash because it's it's taking up too many resources. So let's hope it actually works. It looks Danielle Jones live feed. It looks like fire flames. Yeah, so that's I just love the clouds, especially when there's clouds. So it's taking up too many resources. So let's hope it actually. Yeah, it looks Danielle Jones live. Probably need to change feed. It looks like fire flames. Yeah, so that's I just love the clouds, especially when there's clouds. So it's taking up too many resources. So let's hope it actually. Yeah, it looks Danielle. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go to Lightroom and good. All right, can you guys see Lightroom? Hopefully you can see it. Let me check on my, yep, okay, my phone. Looks like you can see Lightroom here. So hopefully I can inspire you guys with a few of these images that I've taken from my balcony. And I'll show you in a minute the balcony that I'm on when I get to the Create section where I am going to show you how I created that self-portrait. Okay, so here we go. So we get these amazing winter sunsets. The sun goes down pretty much over the water, and it's the only time of the year that it actually sets over the water where we are in this rental property that we got here. So you'll notice that I'm shooting, this is the panorama, so I'm shooting 3 images. I'm shooting from the left to the right, 1, 2, 3, and sometimes 4 images. Okay. And then I stitch those. I can stitch those 3 or 4 images together in Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever editing software you've got, and then I can create a panorama. Here's the image I wanted to show you guys that I created. I wonder if I can get into the develop module. I wonder if that'll work. I'm going to close the comments just for a minute, but I'll open them up soon enough, and I'll move this up here so I'm not in my way. We'll see if Lightroom can handle developing this image. Okay, so let's have a look here. Back to their info. Okay, great. So on the top left, you can see how I photographed this image. I photographed it with my 100mm macro lens. It's probably because I had the lens on my camera at the time, and I'm shooting with Brent's rule. I'm shooting at double the focal length, so 100mm, double that is 1/200th of a second. And I'm shooting at a wide open f2.8, a reasonably high ISO. I'm shooting in shutter priority mode, I'm guessing, which I normally do when it comes to longer lenses. And then I just leave the aperture and ISO in auto. So here we go. Let's have a look. Actually, if I hit the backspace image, the before. There's the before image. Here's the before shot. This is straight off the camera, and there's the after. So really, all I did was I just brought down the exposure a little bit by half a stop. I brought down the highlights a little bit, and I cranked up the vibrance just by 11. So that, not too much else, and I think I've cropped this image. Yep, I've cropped it. Cropped a lot off it. I cropped a lot off the top because there's nothing of interest at the top of this image. So there's an image. Hopefully I'm inspiring you with that. Go out and photograph sunsets. Even if you're in the northern hemisphere, I know you get great sunsets this time of the year too. But for us, it's winter's the time that the sun sets over the water. So there's another shot as a straight off the camera. These are all unedited images. Okay, and we also get these beautiful full moons that set through the trees here, and I'm photographing this with my 150 to 600mm lens, and I'm shooting at a very fast shutter speed, as you can see there, because holding a longer lens is really tough. You get the lens shake if you don't have a fast enough shutter speed. Okay, couple of sunsets. You can see these are all unretouched images. You know, I can probably edit one or two of these, and yeah, we get with sunrise and sunset. You really want clouds because clouds make for interesting skies. Look at that, the sun's setting, and there's a little gap in the clouds, and I get really excited when this happens. I start shouting. I tell the kids, "Come on, kids! Great sunset! Run upstairs, photograph this. It's amazing." So I get really inspired when the sun's setting and there's some clouds around here. And here's another one. I shot this with a 35mm, so this is a wide angle, and the sun setting was the rays were starting to catch the bottom of the clouds, so you can see clouds are good for sunrise and sunset images. Oh, and I got some birds joining me here. They're about to land almost on my laptop, so and they make a noise, these ones. I think these are the noisy miners. Actually, maybe I should switch over. I'm going to switch over to my other camera, and I'll show you guys what's going on here. Camera 1. No, that's not camera 1. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, I might want to. Let's see if I can go back to live. Here we go, and I'm going to go change my camera to this one, and I'm going to grab it. Okay, video camera, so you guys can see what's going on here. There's my laptop screen. I'm just going to check my phone, make sure we're getting the right. Yep, it's coming through. All right, so this is my setup. Unfortunately, I didn't get that camera to work. There we go. Maybe I should focus. There we go. But where those noisy miners? Oh, there we have somewhere. They've moved away now. But while we're on this camera, I want to show you the view we got and where the sun sets down there. The sunset's right over the water there, so it's really cool. Awesome. There we go. All right, and I'm going to soon. Oh, here's my setup for the live thing, and you notice I've only got one camera, number 3, but that's our switch between the different feeds. Okay, cool. So we'll move this one back. We'll change back to, we'll go back to my desktop round. Yep, back to me. And we'll go back to Lightroom. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to check. Let's go. I'll check comments in a minute. Let's see, comments. How do I get to comments? Let's see, live. And we'll go to comments. Yeah. There we go. Comments. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. I'll just go back to my Lightroom and we'll be able to see the comments. There we go. We see Lightroom. Great. Danielle. Anyone else got any questions or comments right now? Okay, you can see Lightroom. Great. Did you get to see my camera where I showed you what was going on from the desk, from my desktop here? Just leave me comments below. Great. All right. Cool. All right, let's go back to my presentation. Oh, let's inspire you with a couple more images. Here we go. Oh, you can hear the kookaburras in the background now too. So we're running through those images where the Kim says your sunsets are awesome. Thank you, Kim. And hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. I'll just double check my audio. Yep. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, close the audio down here. Okay. So a couple more sunsets. You can see how the sunsets are just catching the top of the clouds here. Just beautiful. And you notice I'm changing my focal length. So I've got a zoom lens 24 to 105 here, and I'm just capturing different focal lengths. So the one before this is 58 mil, and then I zoomed into 96 mil. I haven't edited any of these images yet. And there I've changed my lens, and I've gone to my 150 to 600 mil lens, and I'm shooting halfway, about 300 mils over there. And then the other morning I woke up, and the light was hitting those houses across there, and it was just this beautiful golden light on those houses. So I thought I'd get a couple of images of that. There we go, a couple more. The minor bird. Okay, yeah, Danielle said it's a minor. Yeah, you can hear the minor bird. Yeah, and you probably can hear the kookaburras. They're making a little bit of a noise. And sorry, I'm sniffing a bit. It's a bit chilly out here. So there we go. Yeah, so I thought I'd inspire you with all the sunrise and sunsets I get here. And then I'll go to Lightroom here, and we'll just go to Brent black and white. And that'll be the next thing I show you guys in a minute, is how I shot my black and white images. So let's go back to my presentation screen. There we go. Where are we? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's right. I'm in the right spot. All right, so the create section, this is where I show you how I created an image. And a lot of you guys have asked me about this shot. So right now in BootCamp, the BootCamp Challenge, my awesome membership, which a lot of you guys are a part of, we've got a low-key challenge, which really means that you've got a lot of blacks, a lot of darks in your image. It doesn't mean that your image is underexposed though. And I'm seeing a few people make the mistake when it comes to low-key photography, is your image is too underexposed. All it really means is you've got lots of blacks, lots of darks in your image. And it gives you that moody feeling. So I'm going to show you now how I created this shot. Hopefully I can show you how I created the shot. And I might need to shout because I know I've got an audio set up into the ATEM Mini, so maybe I can switch my audio over and I'll explain how I did the shot. But first, yeah, so first let's go to, I think the next shot is Okay, I'm going to go into BootCamp in a minute. But you see this image that I photographed for the low-key photography challenge, my BootCamp challenge. I photographed the shot of myself in the exact same spot in my bedroom and using a darker background. But because it's so dark in my bedroom and it's a little messy, I thought I'd try and recreate this image or show you what I did outside here. So we'll go back to that shot, and I will run over to let's go to change my view here to desktop, and there we go, and back to my Lightroom setup. Yes, okay, great. You guys still hear me okay? Everything good? Are you enjoying this presentation? Let me know in the comments. I'm still looking at the comments, and I'll look at them for a little while. So what did I do? I'll switch over soon to my other camera, and then I'll show you how I shot this image. But I think the first thing we should do is actually just look through the shots that I got before I go there. So this is the very first shot I got. You can see I'm just wearing a normal t-shirt, darker background. I was just getting my exposure right here. So I'm shooting in manual mode, 1/30th of a second. I'm shooting wide open aperture here, f1.8 on my 50mm lens, my nifty 50, and I had the ISO 250. And it's autofocusing, but I think it focused on did it focus on my nose instead of my eye? Not quite sure. And this was, a week ago or so, a week ago I photographed this. No, 5 days ago. I had a big ass beard, and I've shaved it off since then. So okay, so here are my shots. You can see I'm just getting ready. You can see that's in our bedroom, and I'm using window light, and I've got an image on my phone which I didn't transfer to my maybe I did. Did I transfer it? Let's have a look. Whether I transferred that to here. No, it doesn't look like it. No, I thought I had it. I thought I had an image. No, okay, we'll get into that next. The low-key images from BootCamp. Okay, we'll go back to here. All right, so you can see photographing different angles, looking at the light, looking away from the light. And by the way, I'm using this, which is a remote trigger for my camera. And I can just press the little button, and it fires my camera. It releases the shutter speed, and it focuses if I got the focus right. So that is one thing that I was struggling to do in the beginning, was get the focus right. So here it seemed to focus okay. It's loading up. I just got to check. A few of these first images I took were focused on my nose and not on my eye, because I was shooting at quite a wide open aperture, f2.8. So Lightroom's loading this image. It takes a while to load because so here it looks like it's focused on my eyebrow. Not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. And you'll notice I'm looking into the light with my eye. If I'm not looking into the light with my eye, what happens is you get the whites of your eyes. So let's have a look. I'll run through a couple more. Like for instance, this one, I'm looking at the camera. The problem with that is because the light's on the side, right on the side of me, and even a little bit behind me, it captures the white of my eye, and it looks a bit weird and a little creepy actually when you see someone that's got white eyes looking at you and you can't see their iris. And that's a good one. Here it focused on my nose and not my eye. See that? Yeah, pretty wild, hey? Now that's because my focus square on my camera, where I've told the camera to focus on, was on capturing my nose, and it's too dark for the camera to recognize facial recognition or eye recognition in a room like this. So when you're photographing low-key images, often you're in a darker environment. It's really tough for the camera to focus. And I'll show you in a minute how I put that focus square in the right spot, and then I stand in there and make sure my eye is in the square where it needs to focus, and then I fire the image. So I was trying different angles here with my hat on. I was using my hand because sometimes, especially with guys, a hand is good. It just adds a little more interest in the image. Okay, you can see, like for instance, this one, there again, I've got the white of my eye, and it's, yeah, a bit weird, but yeah, you don't want to see that. So here I'm smiling, trying different poses, facial expressions. This is the one I chose in the end. I like this one the most because because of my arm, I've got this leading line, diagonal line goes up. My hand is posed. The broad side of my hand is posed to the camera, and that's what you want to do with guys, with males. With females, you want to do the narrow side of your hand to the camera. It makes your hands look more slender. Thought I'd try something funny here. See if that would work. The boxing pose, and then that was the last one. So I went back to this image, and we'll come back to this image. I'll show you how I post-processed this image. But let's go to my camera, and hopefully I can show you how I photographed this live. So go to this. We'll go to camera 1. All right, cool. Camera 1, and I'm going to also make sure my audio is on camera 1 audio. So let's go back to audio, and I'm going to go. So the audio might sound a bit funny in a minute. 1, 2, 2. There we go. Audio sound okay. I'll just double check while I grab this. So I should be now on the audio. That's my lapel mic, which is on my lapel, and I got this camera here. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay. I'll just check the comments again. There we go. Comments. Eyes are really sharp and catch lights are perfect. Okay, Danielle says that. Yes, Joyce, Rembrandt lighting. Rembrandt lighting is when you have on the dark side of your, well, it's almost Rembrandt lighting. Let's see if I can get Rembrandt lighting happening on my face right now. Rembrandt lighting is where on the shadow side of your face, you've got a triangle on your cheekbone. That's Rembrandt lighting. Okay. Eyes are really sharp. Okay, yeah, sound like you're in a tunnel. Yeah, I know. Sorry. So quiet, very soft. Okay, let me turn the volume up. Sorry, there we go. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Volume up, and I'll turn it up a little bit over here. 1, 2, 2. There we go. Blackmagic Design. Okay, so I've turned the volume up. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay now. All right, so let's go to my camera, and I'll show you what's happening here. Okay, I'll take this off. So, all right, so this is what I was using. Guys, I'll move it like this. And my Canon 6D with a flip out screen. Like that. Let's turn this baby on. Okay. Now we'll go back to manual mode. So let's zoom in here. Wait for this camera to focus. I'm shooting in manual mode and M. And we'll go to, on this side here, we'll go to, I'll hit start there. That should give me live feedback on what I'm actually shooting here. So let's change my shutter speed to what I was shooting at. I think it was 30th at f2.8, may have been. Okay, obviously this is going to struggle because it's so bright out here. So ISO is an auto. I might change my ISO to 100 and 30th of a second, 2.8. Cool. All right, there's my, let's move that around. Let's see. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. All right, so so what I was meaning when I said the focus square, see this over here? Wherever I touch the screen, that's where it's going to focus. If I move and I touch the screen here, it's going to focus somewhere else on the screen. So I think I had it about up there, the rule of thirds. And make sure autofocus is on, yes. And let's get my little, remote control. This is it, the remote control. Okay, and we'll sit over here. Let's see if that's going to work. Yes, and then I just hit the remote control and it should focus on me. So let's see if I can zoom in there, hold it steady enough, wait for the camera to focus. Okay, now if I touch this, whoops, not working. Why is it not working? I'm guessing it's because my drive over here is not on the remote. Yep, I was right. The drive's not on the remote there. It's on the remote now. Okay, cool. So let's see if that's going to work. There we go. Let's focus in on what's going on my screen there. Okay, camera focus, quick. Come on. Video camera, there we go. Video camera in focus. Okay, now when I press there we go. Oops. I'm trying to do too many things. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, so now it's focusing on me, and now it'll take the shot. So I'm pressing my remote trigger, and it should take the shot. So there we go. It just took the shot. So that's pretty much how I photographed myself, and then what I would do is look off camera, look away, and take a shot. And then, oh, another thing I was doing was also shooting in black and white. So I was shooting in monochrome formats. I'm going to go back to the computer screen, back to my normal audio, and talk to you guys. So let's go back to built-in. There we go. And I'm going to go back to my desktop round. There we go. All right, so yep, okay guys, I'm back on my desktop. About how I photographed that self-portrait. Oh, Amber, you lost what? We lost you. Let's see. There we go. All right, so yep, okay guys, I'm back on my desktop. Whoops, I'll turn that down. About how I photographed that self-portrait. Seems to be coming through okay. Oh, Bruce, lost you? Lost what? Lost you. Okay. All right. There we go. You guys still there? Yeah, you're back. Okay, great. Now you're back. Okay, perfect. Cool. All right, Sig. Yes, Joyce, I'm back. Welcome back. Sorry, guys. Don't know what's happening. Internet. You're back now. Good. All right. So I'll just type in here. Any questions about my self-portrait shot? You're back. All good now. Yeah, don't know what happens. The Aussie internet's, got issues. So any questions, guys, let me know, and I'll answer them right now. And then I'll get into the bootcamp where I run through the best images, and we may even edit an image or two. I'm going to probably edit one of Kim's image. See my earlier question. Oh, Joyce, you made an earlier question. Now you're back. Joyce, is there an advantage to shooting in black and white rather than converting and editing? Yes, the advantage is you can see what it's going to look like in the final edit. So I want to make sure that those blacks are nice and dark, the whites, the highlights and the midtones are decent. And I also want to take away any color distractions when I'm looking at it. So I think that's the advantage. So I'm shooting in RAW, but I'm also shooting in JPEG black and white. So that's what I use. That's why I use black and white when I'm shooting like that. And if I'm shooting fine art photography, like with a model or something, I also change it to black and white. And often when I'm shooting long exposure landscape images, I might change them to black and white in the camera too, just to see what it looks like without that color, those color distractions. So hopefully that answers your question, Joyce. Any other questions, let me know, guys. And then we'll jump into the bootcamp images, and I'll edit one. I think I'm going to try and edit Kim's image over here. We'll be going for about 45 minutes, 40 minutes. That's great. Still got some time for an edit. That's good. All right, so I'm going to go into these amazing images that a lot of you guys have submitted into the latest bootcamp challenge, which is all about low-key photography. So let's see if I can actually get them to come up larger. Okay, I might, let's see. Oh, okay, no wonder I'm on the wrong screen here. Let's see, I'm going to go to my desktop. There we go. And let's go to low-key, and we'll get some of your images here. There we go. Great shot. So first one is from Belinda. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, I might just double click on this and pull it up in a different program. Oops. Okay. No preview. I think we might just go back to that, and I'll just pull it up like this. So Belinda has submitted this image into the bootcamp challenge, and oh wow, what a great shot, Belinda. I just wanted to showcase a few of the images. I'm not going to give you guys full critiques. We don't have time, but I wanted to showcase some of these amazing shots that you guys are adding into the bootcamp challenge. So love this image. Just love the way the light falls down the left of this instrument, and just an amazing shot. So there we go. That's one. Dave photographed the crystal. So it doesn't have to be black and white when it comes to low-key photography, but he's shining his mobile phone light from the back of this crystal through here, and he's got the exact right color for this type of crystal. So Dave, what an amazing shot. Love the textures, and the details in this image are amazing. You can zoom in and you can see, just incredible. So there we go. Eugene, wow, Eugene, I really loved this portrait you shot of this couple. It is incredible. I love the soft light you've got on the female, and the way her partner is mostly in the dark, and that's great for men, is to place the more shadows on men's faces, but the women you want to have more flat lighting, where they're looking into the light source. And the black and white works here because you're not getting the distraction from the clothing. So great shot. And I just love that body language. Body language is so important when it comes to photographing portraits. This one from Kerry. Kerry, lovely shot. I just love this image. And I don't mind that it's color too. It's got a little bit of color. It's almost monochrome. And I think that's a pumpkin, if I'm not mistaken. So lovely shot. I just love the way you got the light at the top, and there's just this light fall off, and there's so much black around that. I think that's one that needs to go on the wall printed large too. Kim, I'll get to your shot last because I'm going to edit that. This one from Linton, incredible image. Wow, look at this. I'm going to zoom in here and you'll see the details on this statue. I love the way he's lit it up from the side, and you got all those textures and details, and then that smoke in the background just adds that extra, I don't know, extra spice, extra mood to this shot. So well done, Linton. Great. Rodney, I love this image. Rodney, so this is a combination of shooting the moon and then shooting the clouds and combining them because they were different exposures. So great shot, Rodney. Love that. And then this one by Romy. This shot is just incredible. Wow, look at this image, guys, of a pelican. Love the textures, love the lighting. This is true art for me, and I love these type of images, and the black and white just makes it for me. So another one for the wall, definitely, Rami, you got to print that large. Ron, this is a great image of a is it a clay statue? Not quite sure, but again, lit it up, put a lot of time and effort into lighting this image properly. I like this angle, lots of shadows, giving us a 3D feel to this image. Another great shot. Ruth, I've got to showcase your image here. This is chocolate and what are those? My brain's not working again. What? I don't know. Fruit. We'll call them fruit, but yeah. Yeah, never mind. You guys comment on the side. Tell me what they are. But plums? No. Yeah. Anyway, great image. Love it. The colors, the reds, those dark reds on a dark background is just amazing. And it's Ruth who gave me the idea for creating this challenge from last month's image where she photographed her husband's beer. That gave me the inspiration for doing a low-key challenge. So thank you, Ruth. I'll look at the comments quickly here because you guys will probably tell me what an idiot I am. But anyway, so we'll see. Cherries! Yeah, Joyce, cherries. Funny. Okay. And Valerie, this is a great shot, an antler that's been carved out. So excellent. Excellent image. I'm just laughing at myself. Sorry. Sometimes I'm an idiot. My brain just goes away from me because I've been focusing all morning getting this presentation ready for you guys. Okay, so Kim, I think what we need to do is edit this image. Let's see if I can open it up in Adobe Lightroom. Where are you, Lightroom? Doesn't like it. Okay, maybe I can just drag it into Lightroom. Let's see if that'll work. Where's Lightroom? Yeah, let's see if that'll work. Maybe not. We'll go to the grid mode. Okay, oh, there we go. So it does want to import it. Okay, we'll uncheck these all. We'll just import this one into Lightroom. Great. And here it comes. What? Oh, I got my filters on. Okay, never mind. Flags off, filters off. Okay, cool. All right, Kim, I thought I'd just do a quick edit on this image because I think even though it's right now, a lot of people are saying it's not low key, but I think as soon as you convert this from color to black and white, I think it is going to be a low key image. Okay, still got quite a lot of lights in it, and I think we need more blacks. So I might just drag the black slider down a little bit and see what that does. There we go. And we might bring the exposure down, not too much. There we go. And now it's almost low key. I like the darks down here, but I think there's still too many whites and lights up there. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm just going to use a graduated filter. We might bring that down, and I'm going to bring the exposure down at the top there a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to get the blacks really dark, the whites down a little bit, shadows, okay. And now what I'm going to do, because I've actually had my graduated filter over the frog, I'm going to go to my brush tool, and I'm seeing new things here in Lightroom that I haven't seen before because I've just updated it. I'm going to do auto mask. I'm going to erase this mask. I'm going to hit the O key to show me where the mask is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the mask over the frog. so that I don't darken the frog. I just want to darken the background, right? So this is a quick way. I might do the auto, turn the auto mask off because it's wanting to, and I'm just doing a really quick edit here. Turn the O off. All right, so that's it. So now, what I think, Kim, now that's a low-key image. Let's go to the before. There's the before image. Not too low-key. It is. There are lots of darks in it, but it's color and it's got a lot of distractions, color distractions. Now, to me, that's a low-key image. What I may do is lighten up the frog a little bit more. So let's take my radial filter here, and we'll move it over the frog's head. Okay, like this. Might go like that. And just hit the O key to show me where that's going to work on. Yes, it's going to work on the right place. Get rid of the O key. And what I might do here is bring the exposure up just a touch, the whites. I wonder if we increase the contrast, what's going to happen. There we go. There we go. Not too much, Brent. Back a little. Okay, cool. Done. All right. So before and then the after. What do you guys think? I'll turn on the comments again. Where are they? Comments. Here we go. And we'll go back to that image. Thank you, Brent. You worked your magic. That's what Kim says. No, Kim, it's a really good shot. You got great. The exposure was good. The focusing is great. I love that shallow depth of field. I think just a little bit of post-processing to get it into that low-key category would definitely work. So what I'm going to do now is export this image to my desktop, and then I can post it into the BootCamp. So yes, so much more in line with the challenge. Yeah, great, Amber. Thanks for that comment. And we'll go back to Chrome, where we've got BootCamp happening, my low-key challenge, and I'll post it back in there. So well done, guys. We almost got 1,000 comments inside this bootcamp challenge, so that is great. Thank you, guys, and I'll see the 4 new comments since I opened this. There we go. And I just wanted to thank everyone. Let's go back to my camera one. No, wrong camera. Okay, let's go back to that. I'll change to my face camera. There we go. Yeah, cool. I just wanted to say thank you, guys. Thank you all the bootcamp members for posting images inside this low-key challenge. It's been amazing. I'm really loving it. And Danielle says, how about another graduated filter coming from both sides to darken the white? Yes, we definitely can do that. There's more I can do to that image. I think I'm running out of time here. I'm trying to keep it to about an hour. So yes, there's a lot more we can do to that image. A lot more darks around the corners. I think if I go back to Lightroom here, let's see if I can, I'll go back to my desktop. We may even here just do something like a vignette. So no, not transform. What am I doing? Effects. Yes, we may just do a vignette and feather it a little bit more. And the midpoint is going to be a little in. There we go. Darken that a little more. Feather out even more. So that's what I may do as a final. Okay, let's export that again. Export BootCamp, overwrite that last one. Okay, there we go. And I think that's what I would do there. All right, great. Let's go back to my camera one. Okay, there we go, guys. I'll pull up the questions. So now's a good time for questions. If you've got any questions or comments, I'm here to answer them. Just want to thank everyone inside BootCamp. If you're not part of BootCamp, click below this video. I've got a link there where you can sign up to the waiting list, and I'll let you know when there's space to get in. And yeah, I think any questions? Let's spend the last 5 minutes on some questions. Okay. Ellen says the reflective white on the frog's face is distracting. Let me have a quick look at that again. I don't know. I kind of like it. It does definitely draw your eye in. And yes, the frogs, I'll switch over back to my desktop so you can see what I'm looking at. Maybe his lip, that white on the lip there is a little distracting. And what I may do here is use a radial filter to make sure that eye, because that's the main point of interest, the eye there, is even more prominent. So I'm going to use another radial filter. We'll move it over the eye. But this just really shows that there's so much more we can do to these images. We can really make sure that someone is looking at the main point of interest in your images. So there we go. I might just do that really quick. So now the eye is a little more prominent, right? And we could even go to this one. And I wonder if we use the clarity slider, what would that do? Oh yeah, clarity and a little bit more sharpness maybe. There we go. So yes. All right, so let's go back to Kim's asking about the dingo shot. How close were you? Oh, you know what? I didn't even get into my dingo shots. I forgot about them. That was part of the Inspire section. So let's go back to those. And we'll go to Lightroom here. So we'll go back to Grid in Lightroom. I'll move the comments over there. Let's see if I can go to my dingo shots, which were Mango brush. There we go. And I'm going to go to my flagged images. There we go. So, so dingo shots. Yes. Okay. There we go. We'll go 1-to-1 or fit. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, dingo shots. Let's run through those really quick. Thanks, Kim, for reminding me about the dingo shots. So this one, this dingo, I call her Slides because she stole my friend Johnny's flip-flops, his slides, and ran off with them. So we named her Slides. And her mother is Lucy, which I've been photographing for a number of years. And I think I've been photographing this one as a pup about a year ago or a year and a half ago. She was born. So she's quite young and has been growing up. And I'm photographing with my longer lens, my 150 to 600 mm lens. And here I'm photographing at 451 millimeters. So she had run up the sand dune, and let's go back to the grid mode here, and I'll turn flags. I'll go filters off, and you can see how many shots I take of her. So she came into the this was the day before, not great lighting, and then that morning I saw her coming to the campsite, and I photographed her through the campsite here. She gets really close, comes right up to me, and I've got to put my long lens and camera between me and her. Others, she's that close, like 3 feet away, like a meter away from me, which is too close to photograph. So she's not scared. So you can see in the background there's someone's tent. So she's walking around the campsite, obviously looking for food. I'm glad they survived even without humans camping for 2 months. So they obviously don't need us humans to eat. And then what I did was I followed her up this top of the sand dunes. So there she is at the top of the sand dunes looking at me. And then she was about to run off, and I called her name, and she turned around and looked at me. And then she's running off on the sand dunes. And this is one of the shots I really love because she's looking off where she wants to go. So you can see there's nice depth over here. I've got the the sand dune in the foreground, and then there's a sand dune in the background, then the ocean and the sky. So I've got everything there that I really want, and she's looking off into the distance. And it is pretty sharp. We'll wait for Lightroom to load up. There we go. And I just love her coat. She's got like a winter coat on now, which is really cool too. I may grab comments again so I can see what you guys are saying. There we go. Okay. So if you've got any other questions, let me know, guys. We'll run through the dingo images. So she ran off, and then she was following these guys. So look at this. Look how close she is. These guys are walking back. I don't know who they are. They're other campers. They're walking back from the ocean. So you can see she's quite a little dog, you know, when you compare it to humans. So they're not that dangerous, really. These guys, I don't even know if they spotted her, or they just thought, oh, someone's brought their dog to the beach. And then she was sniffing around, and then she went off over this dune, back of this dune, to where these other campers were sitting there, and they noticed her and like got such a fright they jumped around and looked at her. So there she is looking at them. She's not scared of humans, which is not a great thing for dingoes, because if they get too close to humans and they become a pest, then they get taken out. National Parks doesn't like that. You can't have dingoes that are a pest, that are dangerous to humans. So there she is on the sand dune. I thought that was great. And then she started yawning on the sand dune, and I photographed one of the yawn shots here. So I went a little closer. I wanted to get, you'll notice with some of these images, so there she is, but the background didn't work for me on this image. So what I did was I walked up this sand dune a little bit to the left so that I could frame her with that mountain, or it might be an island in the background. I wanted to frame her, so I'm constantly moving around to make sure that my background works when I'm photographing animals. I can move around, which is great. Like in Africa, you can't because you're in a car. So I thought I'd shoot one with her looking off across the bay, and then the other one focus on the background. And I'm focused on this is the Shoal Bay Resort across the bay, very far away, maybe about 15 kilometers away. And then I focused back on her, looking off into the distance, and then she yawned. She was starting to yawn. So a yawn sometimes looks like a howl, and I heard them howling, so I wanted to get a shot of her yawning, looking like she was howling. So there's the yawn, which looks like she's howling. Great. And then she walked off. And then that evening, or late afternoon, she came back into the campsite, and I photographed her getting really close around my campsite. So that's the shot I like, because she's kind of looking through the ferns over there. Cool. All right, guys, let's go back to the comments. I'll answer any questions you guys have. There we go. Kim, great. Humans are more dangerous to them, I think. Yes, it's just that if wild animals become a pest, then then they get taken out. Same in Africa. If you feed wild animals and they become reliant on humans, and then they get aggressive when there's no food around, or they come begging for food, they shoot them. And that's why they ask us not to feed the dingoes. Don't feed dingoes. Don't feed the wild animals, because you're killing them, or they're going to be taken out. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching this live show. I hope you learned something with how I photographed my self-portrait, my low-key image. Thank you, Danielle. She says the dingo's eyes were beautiful. Thank you. And thanks, guys, for being on the show. I'll see you inside BootCamp. And if you're not part of BootCamp, make sure you sign up, and I'll see you on the inside. This is Brent. Have an awesome day. I'm going to end this broadcast now. Catch you guys later. Bye.